Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Friday edition of Primetime Live with Philly Pete. I am your host, the one, the only Philly Pete, and we are here live on the 24/7 12 Ounce Sports streaming platform. Come on in, check us out, and also the Big Bang YouTube as well. Subscribe to 12 Ounce Sports. All right, come on in, chat's open. Let's see what we got for tonight. Any of those viewers out there that want to chime into the chat, by all means, it's open. Let's see what we got. It's Friday. We made it. It's miserable weather. Glad to be home. Busy week. Okay. Another busy week in the books, but hey, we're here. We're at the weekend and ready to get the weekend underway. 2 NHL games for tonight. Nothing crazy. Okay. You have the Jets, Penguins. Can Sidney Crosby go for his next milestone in his career? And then on top of that, you had the Ducks tonight as well against Buffalo. So I'll go through all those 2 plays here tonight. We'll talk some NBA. We'll talk some college basketball. College basketball is in full force right now with the conference tournament. Well, not really conference tournaments, but the holiday non-conference tournaments, I'd like to say, which is always fun. So that's like all day, for the next couple of weeks, which is great. So feast week, holiday week, I love it. I'm all for college basketball. And on top of that, we'll talk NFL and much more. All right, it's Friday, ready to rock and roll. So let's kick it off with some football. All right, NFL last night, Cleveland Browns last night, ladies and gentlemen, with a nice victory last night, 24-19. Nick Chubb goes off for 2 touchdowns, got you about 20 points in fantasy to those that started him. I had to start him in 2 leagues, so that was kind of nice. 20 points there from him. Jameis Winston, you gotta love it. I mean, you gotta love the energy that this guy brings, man. It's awesome. You love to see it. It just shows you, man. These division games are tough, and Pittsburgh 8-3 now. 8-3, tough loss for them, but what a game though. It reminds me of like late December, January snow game. I mean, we got some snow early, and I tell you, man, that game was crazy in the snow. It really was. It was awesome. I had fun watching that, at least the first half. But it was coming down in Cleveland. It was awesome. It was good to see. George Pickens trying to be typical, at the end of the game where he could have caught a touchdown and he couldn't see it because of the snow. Like, man, hell, you've been in the league for a couple of years now. You know how the weather is. You play through it. I mean, this is what it's all about. This is what being young again is all about. Playing football in the snow, not seeing the ball, getting tackled. I mean, that brings up childhood memories of mine, But come on, man. Like, that's just such a lame excuse. You couldn't see the ball. Like, come on, man. Like, no one says that in the NFL anymore. You lost. You lost. Simple as that. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. They move on. Good win from Cleveland last night. Daniel Jones released by the New York Giants. It was a matter of time. Everyone could have seen this in the stars. Really, it's a shame. They're going to eat up about 20 mil. The New York Giants. So it looks like step aside, and I believe you're going to look at a team that's probably going to tank and possibly get a top 3 pick, which to me seems like, hey, Sanders from Colorado, quarterback. I mean, he could easily go number 1 pick right here to the Giants. I mean, it would not surprise me whatsoever at this rate. But a couple teams that I feel like a team that can pick him up if he's willing to be on the backup role and probably start in maybe a year. But the Los Angeles Rams comes to mind right away. Matt Stafford doesn't have much time left. You already have a nice offensive line to begin with. You have a great running back. You have solid receivers. Cooper Kupp's getting older in age, but he's got a couple of years left. I think maybe another 2 or 3. You got Nakua. You got a couple of a solid. Got a solid team right there offensively. So you're set. You have a better line. So I feel like the LA Rams seems like a good destination for Daniel Jones to be Matt Stafford's successor whenever it is time for him to retire. That's how I feel. But when you look at, I heard a lot of people saying Dallas Cowboys. I think that's silly. For the rest of the season, sure, but that's just ridiculous now. There's no need for that. You got Dak locked up. There's no point for him going to Dallas. But I think the LA Rams is probably the best fit for him right now, I believe. If he wants to play the backup role, maybe the Chiefs, because I feel like Carson Wentz is probably going to be out of there, at the end of the season here, and maybe he could slip into quarterback number 2, Daniel Jones. But I feel like the most legit spot to me, I just feel like is going to be the Rams. I think it's set up for him, and look at what Saquon did, going from the Giants to the Eagles, having a great season so far, great line, surrounded by great players. And he's having a hell of a season so far. I feel like Daniel Jones can be that quarterback in LA. I really do. So that's my dark horse for where Daniel Jones will end up, and I believe it's going to be the Rams. Simple as that. Purdy and Bosa out for the 49ers game this weekend. Niners are just not looking good at all. Not looking good. It's funny, you have McCaffrey come back, and then everyone's hurt. Everyone else is hurt. So, tough season for the Niners so far. It continues. Mike Evans to come back versus the Giants. Broncos and Chargers. Week 16 has been flexed to Thursday night. That will be a fun game. Who would have thought the Broncos would have been this pretty solid? I mean, their defense is really underrated this year, and I'm all for it. It's good to see the Broncos back to relevance. And good for Bo Nix too. I mean, he's just having a great season so far. To me, I feel like it's going to be Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix for the Rookie of the Year. Marvin Harrison Jr. He'll be up there, but I just feel like, Caleb Williams just, he's just hit or miss right now with Chicago. But I just feel like you look at Jaden Daniels, but Bo Nix is someone to consider too. I mean, there's all these rookies have been having a decent season so far, but I feel like the stock is much higher for Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels, of course, as long as they can still play up to their potential. But I just like Bo Nix right now. I feel like he's been playing red hot for Denver. Last weekend he had like 4 or 5 touchdown passes. I mean, it's good to see from him. I'm happy for him, considering, and Denver has got a future with him. Really, I like the future for Denver with Bo Nix. I really do. Okay. All right. And then ECU's cornerback Revel Jr. declares for the NFL draft. So he's pretty much done for the season with him. He's done staying home. He's a first round pick too. So, I mean, he's going to, a lot of eyes will be on him. And there you go. That is the NFL for you. Let's talk NBA, and I'll give you guys a free play in the NBA before we take a commercial break. All right. So let's get there real quick. All right. So yeah, it's crazy to think that it's just absolutely crazy to think that the Sixers are 2-12, terrible. Friday night card tonight. It's not the greatest, but Dallas and Denver will probably be the game of the night. But Brooklyn, Philadelphia, Boston, Washington, Golden State, New Orleans, Indiana, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Chicago, Portland, Houston, Dallas, Denver, Sacramento, LA Clippers. Dallas, Denver should be the game of the night right there for sure. Zion still dealing with his hamstring injury, not close to return whatsoever. Paul George, luckily enough, just a bone bruise to miss the next couple of games here. Doncic out for a week with a wrist strain. It just goes on and on. It really does. But Philly is just you have a narc in the building for the Sixers, leaking some stuff out, and you have Maxey calling out Embiid, and it's just a lot going on in that locker room. I'm not going to get involved with the Sixers because honestly, I just don't feel the need to watch them right now. They just don't look good. They are terrible this year. They are absolutely terrible. And I'm just sticking with it. Really, the Sixers are somehow 5.5-point favorites tonight against Brooklyn. That's absurd. That is absolutely ridiculous. I don't like that at all. I mean, I can't buy anything about the Sixers at the moment. I really don't. I would take the Brooklyn Nets money line at plus 200 right now. Yesterday was plus 225. I think it dropped a little bit, but plus 200 or even more. You gotta love that spot for Brooklyn. I really like that a lot. I am not buying anything with the Sixers at the moment. I'm really not. But let's go Clippers tonight. All right. Plus 3.5 against Sacramento at home, at LAC, at the Clippers tonight. So I like that spot. I really do. They have been, they're probably going to be without Norman Powell. He had 31 points against Sacramento on November 8th, about 2 weeks ago. But, you have Coffey, you have Zubac, supporting James Harden right now. And I just feel like the Kings are still looking to find their identity. I really do. They're switching up their, wins, losses, wins. Getting honestly, last matchup with the Clippers, they were out rebounded 48-35. Clippers has the size, and I like the spot here, plus 3.5 Clippers. That is my free play in the NBA tonight. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, let me take a quick commercial break. When I get back, we'll talk some college basketball. We'll run over college football for the weekend. Any potential upsets that you might like. Chat's open. Let's ready to rock. This is the Friday edition of Primetime Live with Philly Pete. Sit back, relax, give me 2, and I'll be back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right. At 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Freaky Friday edition, I should say, of Primetime Live with Philly Pete. I am your host, the one, the only Philly Pete, and we're here live on the 24/7 12-ounce sports streaming platform and, of course, YouTube. Come on in, subscribe to 12-ounce sports, give us the thumbs up. Chat is open as well. You only have 2 NHL games tonight. Let me know what your favorite plays are. Doesn't matter what sport it is. I'm ready to rock. Give you guys what I think is a good output for, or input, I should say, in terms of what your favorite plays are for tonight. Could be any, like I said, any sport. Chat's open. Let's rock and roll. Make sure when you guys are betting, make sure you use mybookie.ag. Great book. Use that promo code 12-ounce sports. 12OZ sports. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code 12-ounce sports. They also stream live games as well. It's a great commodity to the site. It's perfect. It's awesome. So make sure you check it out today. Do that. Our subscription, YouTube. Make sure you sign up. $6 for the month, $60 for the year. Sign up on YouTube. I've seen a couple of you have been signing up, so that's fantastic. $6 for the month, $60 for the year. Can't go wrong. You get daily fantasy. You get bets from every sport. Really, you do for all the cappers, part of the 12-ounce sports network. It's ready to rock. It's awesome. It's a great, pretty much a great service. I highly recommend it. So, all right, we're back. It's Friday, feeling good. Week is done. Tiring, but good. Nasty weather. Nothing like 35, 40 degrees and just rain, nasty. It is what it is. It's Friday, so we're feeling good. For the most part, we're feeling good after a long week. But let's get into some college basketball and see what we have going on right now, because there's a lot of games going on at the moment. And all right, let's see what we got here. You had a lot this afternoon. There was a lot of games that went off in the little tournaments that we seen. So Wisconsin's up by 20 right now against UCF. A lot of ranked teams playing today, which is cool. I mean, I just love that college basketball is back. But the fact that like these holiday tournaments are just awesome. I love it because you'll see like random like top 25 games. Like last night, St. John's, Baylor. What a game that was! Like what an awesome game. Just love to see it. We love to see it right now. Americans beating Kansas City 50-43. Wisconsin's up by 20 against UCF. Wright State Bradley in a good game, 57-52 Bradley. Vanderbilt beating Seton Hall. Vanderbilt looking to go to 6-0. That's pretty cool. What else? And just to go down the line, Temple, Florida State's up by 9. Liberty, Louisiana, Liberty up by 13. Monmouth, 0-6 Monmouth up by 10 against Stephen F. Austin at the moment. I know it's early, but just everything is loaded in this card tonight for college basketball. There's a college basketball game every half hour. Like it's wild. It's absolutely wild. Duke and Arizona tonight at 10:30. That should be a good game there tonight. Arizona favored by 2. I would go towards Duke. They had a tough game the other night against Kentucky. Kentucky's been playing really good. I know it's 5-6 games in. It's early in the season, but I like the way they've been playing so far with the new coach. Duke playing Arizona. This should be a fun game in Tucson at the McHale Memorial Center. I like Duke +2. I like the money line as well. I think they're going to bounce back here tonight. That's just a feeling that I had. Drake 5-0. I had a little personal bet in that game. Drake money line and the cover. Again, they look good. They looked really good. I mean, they beat Miami yesterday. They beat Florida Atlantic. This is a team that you're used to seeing in the tournament, used to seeing doing really well, having a successful season as well. Looking forward to seeing how the outcome could be for them this year. All right. Presbyterian just absolutely destroyed Youngstown State. I think Youngstown State was favored by a lot in this game, and they got destroyed by 25 points. Just ugly game all around. But, it's good to have college basketball back. I'm so excited that it's back. We'll go on. We will absolutely move on from there. College football, let's rank this out because, like I say, I only have 2 NHL games for tonight. So not really much going on tomorrow. Indiana at Ohio State, number 5 versus number 2. This is Indiana's really true first, really tough game of the season. their schedule is kind of weak. I mean, their schedule is pretty weak all season. I'm not trying to be, a pest or anything to Indiana fans and ruin their dreams, but I mean, you look at the schedule and it's just not a great schedule. It obviously favored them all year. FIU, Western Illinois, at UCLA. We all know UCLA stinks. Charlotte, Maryland, Northwestern, Nebraska, Washington, Michigan State. Michigan last week they barely beat. Now you're at Ohio State and at home against Purdue. Their schedule is just such a cakewalk. I mean, Ohio State, if they beat Ohio State tomorrow, Indiana's, they're definitely legitimate of a contender, really. But at Ohio State, I want to see how they do. All right, this is actually like this is their fourth away game. They had at UCLA, at Northwestern, at Michigan State, all garbage teams. Okay, just like the rest of their schedule. Michigan, they should have lost that game, but we won't go there. But Ohio State, that's it. That was their only tough game this season that they had. So there really should be no reason why Indiana is where they are today. So simple as that. Besides that game, we have the week's pretty solid. Tonight you have UNLV, San Jose State. All right. UNLV is favored by a touchdown, 24th ranked in the country. This should be a fun game to watch. Indiana, Ohio State, Wake Forest at Miami. Miami should take care of business there. I'm just going to review the top 25. Ole Miss at Florida, SMU at Virginia. SMU is only favored by 10 points against Virginia. Something's interesting there. Illinois at Rutgers. UMass at Georgia. Don't even get involved with that game. Kentucky, Texas. Penn State at Minnesota. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I know Minnesota's 6-4, but they've played pretty good. They've had a pretty solid schedule too. Penn State's only favored by 12. This could be a game where it comes to the wire. I like Minnesota plus 12. I do. I think Penn State could walk out with a touchdown game. It's going to be a lot closer than what people think, but I'm seeing something around 27-20 Penn State. That's what I'm thinking. But and the rest of the schedule is BYU at Arizona State, top 25 game. Colorado at Kansas, and Colorado is only favored by 3. That's saying something right there. I like Colorado -3. I think they should take care of business for sure. Army at Notre Dame, that should be a fun one to watch. And Bama at Oklahoma, but Oklahoma's not what they used to be like at all. Boise at Wyoming, that should be a cakewalk. But Army Notre Dame should be fun. Penn State, Minnesota should be fun. But, the game of all games, man, Indiana, Ohio State, starting off at 12 o'clock. I love it. So there you go in the world of college football. All right. NHL, last but not least, here we are. 2 games on the slate tonight. All right, Winnipeg, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Anaheim. All right, here we go. The 16-3 Winnipeg Jets facing, Sidney Crosby's hopefully next milestone tonight. The 7-10-2 Pittsburgh Penguins. Winnipeg's -200 on the money line. Pittsburgh +165. 75% of the public money on Winnipeg. Over set at 6. I like that spot there. 60% of the public money on the over. All right. They don't call it Freaky Friday for no reason, right? Okay. I like the full game over 6 in this spot. But I'm going to do something crazy tonight. Freaky Friday parlay. And it's going to be Pittsburgh and Anaheim. And you can get, right now you can get +520 on BetMGM, which is great. I mean, don't get me wrong, it could lose. Don't go crazy with it. Quarter unit, half unit, whatever you feel comfortable with doing. Don't blow your load on it, really. It's just nothing. It's just a lottery ticket, really. $100 pays you $520, something like that. But nothing crazy, really. Winnipeg, Pittsburgh. I'm going to take a shot here. I like the full game over 6. Winnipeg should take care. They should win this game. -1. They should team total over 3.5 should be in play as well. But I'm going the other way. Everyone's all over Winnipeg as they should. I'm going to flip it up. All right, this game could be for Sidney Crosby here. They got a goal. They're going to have a nice salute to him and everything like that in the audience and the crowd. It's a big game. It really is. So I'm going to go take a chance here. Pittsburgh Penguins. All right, give me a shot on the money line, +165 tonight. I like the over 6 as well. And, Crosby to anytime goal scorer, I'm seeing anywhere between plus 145 to as high as plus 185. Shop around and get that best number. Him first goal, I'm seeing anywhere from plus 1,200 to plus 1,300. I know a lot of people are on those props as well. I am as well. You got to do your research when you see these things like Sidney Crosby. It could hit a milestone tonight. You got to take it when you can. You do. So there you go. Pittsburgh money line plus 165. I'm going to take a shot with it. Crosby goal, Crosby points, first goal scorer, everything in the mix for Crosby tonight. It just makes a lot of sense. And there you have it. Winnipeg, Pittsburgh. The over is 21-17-2 between these two teams thus far this season as well. So something to consider, a little bit on the favor to the over in that game. Buffalo, Anaheim. Buffalo 9-9-1, Anaheim 8-8-2. Looks like this is a split game. It looks like 50% each way, 50% on the over-under. Over-under here is at 6. Anaheim plus 150, Buffalo minus 180. I'm not sure why Buffalo is favored by this much. In Anaheim, all right, they had a good win the other night against the Kings, but minus 180 to lay. Nothing special about Buffalo. There really isn't. Not this year, but at first glance, I like the under. All right, between these two teams, the under is 14, 18, and 5. Anaheim, the under for Anaheim is 12, 4, and 2 for them. So Anaheim is definitely a trend, or I should say, Anaheim unders are definitely a trend this season so far, and I see a little bit more of that tonight. So under 6, and you get plus 105, so a little bit of value there. Buffalo, Anaheim under 6. And I'm taking a shot, man. I'm telling you, I'm taking a shot here with the Anaheim Ducks money line, plus 150. Freaky Fridays, as I like to call it. It could be potential upsets tonight at home, like home dogs on a Friday. It just makes so much sense. If you parlay Anaheim and Pittsburgh on the money line, you get around plus 520. That's something small that I played earlier today. You could even do a puck line parlay if you would like to. Pittsburgh plus 1.5, Anaheim plus 1.5, puck line parlay. You could probably get around like plus 200, somewhere around there, which is still pretty good money, pretty good value considering. But I'm going balls to the wall on this Friday. I'm going to give it a chance. So there you have it. Pittsburgh money line, full game over 6. Sidney Crosby anytime goal scorer, first goal scorer. Buffalo, Anaheim under 6, Anaheim money line plus 150, and then the lottery ticket, Pittsburgh, Anaheim money line parlay set at plus 520. Something to consider for those tonight. So there you have it. A much bigger card tomorrow. Just to run it down, 1 o'clock you have Chicago at Philly. And then you have 4 o'clock games, Minnesota at Calgary, Seattle at LA. Then you have the nightcaps. All right. Colorado, Florida, that should be a good one. Carolina, Columbus, New Jersey, Washington, Vancouver, Ottawa. Look for that as a good over tomorrow night. A lot of good over potential games tomorrow that I do like. So we'll go from there. And the Rangers are plus 110 against Edmonton tomorrow. So we shall see what happens, and we will go from there. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of time. Thank you all for coming in. It's been a pleasure as always. It's Friday. Let's have some fun. And I will talk to you guys on Monday. Same time, same place. Have a great weekend and good night.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.